Well, we're here today. I want to say hello to everyone. Welcome to A Pathway to Success. I'm Chris Arceneaux, the founder and CEO of the DARBY Foundation, ambassador for Mercedes-Benz of Massapequa. And I'm excited here to come and share with each person that is viewing this video, no matter where you are around the country, of what success is. A Pathway to Success television. Again, we have some amazing people here today, but I want to just share a little bit about what the DARBY Foundation is, what we've been able to do over the years. I'm excited to not only share my personal journey, but also what the DARBY Foundation stands for, about community, about the people, about the culture. You know, there's a lot of things that's going on in each area of the community, but we want to make sure that we are enlightening and educating the students in the community, educate them, and also prepare them for the future. The DARBY Foundation has basically been able to do some amazing things through the schools, the communities, and also through the colleges. It's exciting to see what we've been able to do with setting up junior golf camps and also introducing kids to a game that actually, when I say the word, has saved my life, but also given me life and also provided me with some great tools and resources as you see here today. Again, DARBY Foundation will talk more about what we've been doing over the years and what the plans are for the foundation. We have some amazing things that we'll be discussing today during our segment. But again, I have Derek Parker here, foundation writer. He's also has been doing some amazing things with the foundation as we prepare for the global summit that we're kicking off July 24th and 25th in Hempstead at Miracle Christian Center in Hempstead. So we also have Deb and Gino, and she's going to be sharing some information as well regarding the John Maxwell. She's also one of our trainer and coaches for the foundation, but also she's helped me personally with guiding me on a path to success. So again, we have some amazing guests today that we're going to be sharing some things. But Derek, I'm going to start with you. What is success? And we've been having this conversation for a minute. We've been going at this from day and night. But what is success?
I think success is achieving your goals, having a purpose, and moving toward those goals. It comes with passion and just a want to want something, to have something, to have something, and desire and passion goes along with it. I think nowadays there's so many distractions going on, with the technology and everything, that people kind of don't hear their inner voice. Everyone is special, and everyone has a different path. And everyone has a different path to success. The whole point is to show people, when the DARBY Foundation is to guide people, to let them know they are special and that everyone does have a different path, and to kind of push them towards that, to let them know that, hey, it's okay if you want to do different things, and to expose them to different things like golf and, different workshops that we do with the foundation, and to kind of like push them towards, kind of make them see, turn down the noise and let them hear their inner voice. What do I want to do? And that's the start of success.
As Derek was sharing that, I was just thinking about the many years I sat down with Hall of Famers, people who I looked up to, trying to figure out how did these guys do it? How did they persevere? How did they do it? It took a couple of things. And I sat down being interviewed one time by Pastor A.L. Bernard of Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn. And the formula what he's taught when I first moved here in New York in the 90s, what was the formula of success? Determination and persistence. That is the formula. And that's the will to win, to want to do well, to want to succeed, to supersede, to have a goal, to have a vision. And you have to take action. All this stuff sounds good, but if you don't apply any action to any of this stuff, it means nothing. So again, get your car and move it and drive and keep moving. Don't leave this into anybody's hell. You have a dream or a goal, whatever your desire is in life. I don't care what it is. You want to be a cook, a chef, you want to open your own business. Get with the people that can help you. It's not the people in the community that can help you, it's the people on the outside. So again, you got to get out in the market. You got to start asking questions. You got to do your research. It's in there. Like Derek says, deep inside, I had a passion, a desire of opening my own business, to figuring out. I had to figure out how to get the product from point A to point B. So Deb, when you think about what we're discussing here, That takes a leader. That takes a guy to get in the car and put it in drive and move forward. That's not a person that's just sitting down. Here, the young man or young lady that has a desire and wants to be an actor. You know, you working on that with scripts as well. And a young lady or a young man that wants to open their own business. You deal with a lot of entrepreneurs. Say, Deb, look, I'm struggling. I need to get my business to the next level. What do I do? So you got to mold them back and say, look at the whole layout. Now, not only what you've experienced, but it's not only it sets triggers in your head, but right away you already have a good layout of the scheme of everything. So I'm going to ask that question. What is success to you?
I love that question, Chris. I really do. You know, success to me is finding what our real strengths and gifts are, maximizing them, really moving up into our own potential. And then the best part, you really hit success when you have found a way to take those gifts and talents that you've already maximized and you go in and you sow it into the lives of other people. And that's really what you do, Chris. That's what all successful leaders are doing. You know, you mentioned a few moments ago about John Maxwell. And for those of you who maybe have not heard the name, John Maxwell is the #1 leadership expert in the world. And John is an author of almost 74 books and
that's amazing.
An amazing speaker and just a gifted and giving man. I've been mentored by John. I have to say, I'm as a coach on his team, what I love the most when I'm around leaders like you and like Derek and like John is I'm with people that are trying to make a difference in the lives of others. And for those of you who are listening in and you've not yet maybe checked out some of the work of the DARBY Foundation, Chris is going to go into a little bit of some of the programs we have coming up. And I think you're going to find a spot that perhaps not only would you get excited about, but it's either going to be something that you can personally use or there's going to be someone you know who this would really benefit.
You know, Deb, I want to just ask that question again. I know we have you scheduled to do some of the workshops. But when I look at this flyer here, and I think of career, interview.
Yes.
As a young man, I'm graduated from high school, right? My mom's told me this is the way to do it. My dad's told me, you know, my family's told me this is the way to do it. But I'm missing the edge. But if I come, you know, to a workshop, if I go in, you know, I'm just thinking about myself, what I did. When I moved here to New York, I went to Tony Robbins. I went to all these things. This guy said, this guy's nuts. But I was eating. I was eating all this stuff. Now I can share it walking. This is my life. So everything that I post, I'm posting inspiration and inspiring people. I'm saying, live your dreams. You got to take one step, just one step. And, you know, our producer said something today. And I have to just say it. You do nothing. Help me what he said again. You do nothing, expect nothing. You know, he's not going to say it in the background because he's taping, but
do nothing,
you know, do nothing, get nothing.
Do something.
Do something, get something.
Yep.
So as easy as put the car in drive. Put it in second gear. Get this car moving. Whatever you're excited about, your dreams, your passion, your goal. I'm telling you, you're looking at a miracle that's looking at you right now. It's possible. I'm not telling you any phony baloney stuff. I'm living it. And if you want it done, don't put the ball in anybody else's hand. It's in you. It's up to you. You know, Deb, working with John Maxwell, the people he has impacted, 74 books. Now, before I even talk about that, what's the name of your company?
My company is Strength Leader. We're at strengthleader.com, and we're all about developing, coaching, and mentoring leaders out there.
You know, share also the website, because I want to make sure people can, you know, listen to this as well.
Sure.
Share the website.
Sure. So our website is strengthleader.com. But here's what I would really like to impress upon your audience, is that, you know, I love the title of your program, Pathway to Success.
Amazing.
Because for some of us, well, most of us, we're used to this microwave result. I make a decision, I want it now.
Wow.
And we become very frustrated, right, in that process, because we're thinking, why hasn't it happened yet? You know, and we give up. How often, like you were talking about the dream, Chris, you had a lot of obstacles in your way.
Boy.
And you could have given up very early on. But success is not an overnight event. It is a process. And what Chris is really impressing upon all of us is that by engaging with the DARBY Foundation, maybe going to something like the Global Career Summit, right? Maybe engaging with other leaders in and outside of your community, you're going to have access to the best of the best, good thought leaders, people that are really, they've been there, they've done that, they know what that pathway is like. and they'll not only equip you, but I think they'll help encourage you as well.
You know, I'm going to go to Derek on this one as well. You know, Deb, we had the meeting with the Department of Social Service. I'm telling you, people, we were doing some work. I'm talking about rubber meet the road. There's a panther, the Green Panther is from the Department of Social Service. They're going to be at the career workshop on July, the Global Career Empowerment Summit at Miracle Christian Center. And I'm pleased, free admission, come and be empowered, encouraged, and come get some tips to get yourself to the next. I don't care if you're employed, unemployed, you have a young daughter or son that's in high school or college, they just finished school, or is 14, he wants some information. I don't care what their age is. If it's 14 and up, we welcome to come. We want to educate them. Let them come get the tools and resources. The idea too for your college students that need the edge. I can't think about a better title that I see after having this meeting with the Department of Social Service, and then also having them come there and do a workshop, some workshops, your winning edge.
Yes.
A pathway to success. Everything is empowering. And when you think about Global Summit, Career Empowerment Summit, workshop with effective networking, you know, when I think about all these tools that we need to make it, we cannot just go. And Derek, you talk about this all, the tool belt. We need these tools to get to have the edge, to get the job. You know, I'm at Hempstead and I host career days. And one of the things that the principal says, I'm telling you, this has been going in my head, that may be a different program. You got the job. But that's what he says to students because they dress just like we're seeing here. He said, you got the job. He's screaming in the hallway, but it's been ringing in my ear. You got the job. But how are you going to get the job? Surround yourself with people that's going to help you get the job. The desire, whatever field you want, engineer, doctor, lawyer. Don't listen to people that are not empowering you. Get yourself in the library, get yourself on that computer, start taking your time and using it wisely, pouring it into yourself so you can come back like today, what I'm doing here, empowering the people. Again, friends, you're listening to this segment today. A pathway to success is about the people, about encouraging, enlightening, empowering. John Maxwell is a huge inspiration for me. Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, I can name them all the individuals that are Les Brown. Live your dreams. I'm telling you, I'm living it, I'm eating it, I'm kicking it, I'm running it, I'm jumping at it. I don't care what anyone says. I know what's in me, and it's up to me to make it happen. You know, Deb, when you started off as doing your training, you work with these corporations, and I know we don't want to say names, but you work with these corporations that were doing well. And you started setting up these satellite offices around the country. I was listening to those things. I'm saying that's what I want to do. But when she said that inspired me because she has a formula, and that's what it's about. You have to have a strategic, a game plan, just like these papers in front of you. A game plan. How am I going to get there? How am I going to get in my car and get to where I got to go? I have to have a plan.
I think it's important also to look at people who have already obtained what they deem success and follow them. You know, the groundwork has already been laid, the formula, like you guys say, and I think that's very important to seek people in your discipline or profession or what you want to do and to follow their path. Again, we're going back to path. Follow their path and just apply, you know, the things that they've done and apply it to your situation. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, you know. If you want to be a doctor and you see somebody as a sexual surgeon, you know, ask them, go to your school or your med school or whatever, and you ask people, and and when you meet them, you know, because you know when you go to school, they have people come in and speak and whatever, and you go to them, you're like, what did you do to get? And you just the framework has already been laid, so follow that. Right. And you know, don't try to go out there and reinvent the wheel. You know, there's people out there that success. You reach out to them, and that's what the DARBY Foundation does. They bring these people to the community, so people, like when we did the career day, so people can reach out and say, hey, you know, how'd you do it? You know, don't be afraid to ask, how'd you do it? And then you apply that to your situation. Another misconception I think about success is failure is definitely a part of success. You know, people wake up, you know, we talk about vision, we talk about passion, we talk about drive, we talk about determination. That's great. You know, you're sleeping and you wake up, you're like, hey, I want to be a journalist.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you don't realize that there are going to be pitfalls. Definitely 100%. There are going to be pitfalls. Things are going to get in your way, but you have to want it. You have to realize that failure is a part of success. And once you realize that, once you take that framework and lay it out, and you understand that within that framework there are going to be pitfalls, then you're on the path to success.
Wow. I tell you, as Derek was saying that, and I just started thinking about all the obstacles and roadblocks I had to deal with. Everybody telling me when I moved here in 1995, I had a dream. I was a little kid standing at the fence, and I'm going to try not to break a tear because it's very, very, very tough, because to see where I've come from, a little kid from Louisiana, had a dream. Had no idea I would be up in New York City, but I had a dream that I was going to get on the inside of the fence of the golf course. That's all I wanted to do. I was running and chasing golf balls on the outside of the golf course, on the outside of the golf course down Louisiana Avenue, waiting for the balls to cross over so I can give it back to the guys. Now I get a chance to tell my story. And I'm hoping that this is a roadmap, a pathway to success for young kids if they're looking to play basketball, football, they want to be a trainer, they want to be a coach, they want to be a life coach, they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever your desire or field of choice, it has to come within. You have to love what you do. Yes. You just got to go back to the board. Go back and sit down quietly with yourself with a pen and a pad. Just an idea, just like this studio here that we're taping in. This young man had an idea that he wanted to do this. He's got a smile on his face, but it's true. You have to want it, and you have to see it visually. It's not only writing it down, but seeing it visually. You have to close your eyes and get to that place. Many times, I am walking towards my goals. I'm walking towards the pathway to success. Let me tell you something. I had a dream of getting on the inside. Now I'm on the inside. Now I'm showing other people how to get on the inside. A founding member of the John Maxwell organization, training team. A young man that's been helping with scripts and participating with the DARBY Foundation. You've done stuff with Moto Theater, with Keen Holiday, actor Keen Holiday. I mean, the list goes on of what we've been able to do. We want to bring this information to the people. Deb, I'm going to talk a little more. We had our meeting. I'm excited about what's going on in July. It takes a lot of courageous acts to put something on like this, to want to put on TV, because, the television, we talked about this. We have a program we haven't even launched. We're not even going to talk about that because that's a bad boy. But when I think about what we see when we see it on television, I start saying, man, what are we really looking at? Are we trying to sell some film? Where's the value? Where's the tradition? Where's the love? I have this conversation with my mentor, Dr. Bertrand Bonnick. He's been a blessing to my life, and also my other mentor, Mr. Gene Mallory. Now, Mr. Ambrose and many others, my Uncle Al, and my family members. I have to say these individuals because they've been a part of my life. They've kept me, encouraging me. And that's what we all need. Deb, what would an individual get from attending the Global Summit? From your experience of being a part of these economic summits and these educational summits, what can a person expect after going there, listening to one of your training segments and workshops?
That's a great question. How I've found most summits to be, especially the one that you've organized, Chris, for July, is that it really is like a buffet. It's like walking into someone's home, right? And they're hosting you in their home. They've invited you in. They've brought you in to become part of their family for that day or that evening. And they set in front of you this amazing buffet. And you, depending on what your appetite is and what your choice is, you have this amazing ability to now select what fits you best. And what I love about how you've really structured this summit, Chris has done such a great job at having a really great balance between those who are looking for jobs and those who really want to be an entrepreneur. And he's filling both needs very well. So this buffet, as you wish, which will be at the Miracle Christian Center, it's got everything on there from appetizers to dessert. But let me tell you, it's not the type of buffet that you're going to walk away from and 10 minutes later say you're hungry. Okay? No, it's going to be the type of buffet where you're going to say, I can't even imagine that they have served me so well.
When I think about how much groundwork we've done, I've driven the team crazy. The meetings, I've went all over the tri-state area. And now the segment basically is going to kick off in Hempstead. We're going to take it home to Louisiana. Because one thing I promised to my mom, when I got on the inside, that I was going to pave the way. And I was going to turn back and look at what I've done. And I was going to say, Mom, I'm coming back home. I can't tell you what this does for me. As a man that wants to see good, people do well. But I told her that I was going to come back and learn all that I can. And I was going to come back and bring a program home. Last year, I gave my word to the people in the community that I was coming back. And I have the privilege of going back home in August. We're going to have more information on the website. You can go tune in. It'll be shown on the screen as well. www.darbyfoundation.org. We're doing some amazing things. This is not about golf. Golf is just a vehicle. Golf was my vehicle. Golf has allowed me to get in. I'm with doctors, lawyers. I'm getting calls. Yesterday, I had the privilege of being with the firefighters yesterday. 156 firefighters. And when I start thinking about when they gave those segments about what happened in 9/11 and what these men do day in and day out. And there was one individual that I went to. I never heard about this guy. I've seen some information, but I've never really got a chance to understand his story. But I listened to his wife, and what she's doing is what we're doing today. Allowing the baton to be passed to the next individuals. Because you're thinking about the families. What would he want? It's exactly what my mom's saying to me. What would your father want? My father's not here with us. But you know what? I have the desire, the passion, the courage to keep his name going. The Darby Foundation was named after my father. It's not chrisarceneaux.com or .org. It's the Darby Foundation. So my family, my friends, and my kids, I've created a great platform, like David said, a buffet, a platform of what the Darby Foundation is about. I can't even think about anything else but wanting to help and serve the people. I've learned so much. Now I want to give back. I have now the privilege of coming on television, going in the community. I'm a very ground person. I don't care about the accomplishments, the trophies, the awards. Yes, they're nice. But you know what the biggest trophy is? When that young man stopped you in the center saying, Derek, thank you for giving me this tool. Thank you for putting a platform on like this. I had kids coming to me all the time and saying, thank you for coming to speak to my school. Thank you for setting up the program at the middle school. We had so many presenters. That's what it's at. I don't care what's going on. The challenge that's going on in the high school, in the community. We, the people, have to make the difference. I got that phone call. I want to say this last thing from Calvin Pete. Calvin Pete called me and told me that was my childhood idol. He is my childhood idol as I was growing up. So I wanted to be just like Calvin Pete, wear the Kango hat and want to be a professional golfer. So he called me one day. It was the dream come true. He said, you're making a difference. So I'm going to stop there with that message, being stopped by all these young men and women and looking at me. Wow, that's Kyron and Kristen's father. That's the golf guy. That's the guy that's on TV. That's the guy that's on radio. That's the guy that's doing all the things in the community. But you know what? I'm just Chris. That's who I am. Deb, you said something a minute ago about the gifts and talents. I'm using my gifts and talents. I'm using everything I got. Derek, take it over. I know I had to just jump in there, but give me what would the individual? You're going to be doing some workshops as well. What would an individual take away from the segment that we're putting on in Insta program?
I think the Global Career Empowerment Summit is very powerful because in the foundation we talk about your tool belt. Wow. And it's going to give you the way the workshops are structured. It's going to give you a lot of powerful tools to use, whether you're looking for a job or even if you do have a job, because one day you might want another job. It's going to give you a lot of powerful tools. It's very empowering. It's very a lot of information, and I think that's what people are going to take away from it. It's going to prepare them. We talk about empowerment, we talk about betterment. We talk about development, and that's what the foundation is all about. And that's what programs like the Global Career Empowerment Summit do is they give people the tools to go out and accomplish your goals. Another thing I wanted to say is you're very passionate and you talk about giving back. And I also want to say that part of success is giving back. When you look at the people that are considered the most successful in our society in America, you look at Carnegie, you look at Rockefeller, you look at Jobs. I mean, these guys were ruthless, man. They did everything they can because you know why? They wanted it. And guess what? When they got it, they turned around and gave back. So I think that's a secret to success. Life is a circle, and one of the secrets to success is giving back. And I just wanted to make that point.
You know, I want to say this, and I'll turn it over to Deb. I want to read what the Global Summit is about. The purpose of the Global Summit is to provide job seekers with appropriate tools to be successful. And that's what it's about. And it's everyday changing job market. So, you know, that's what the Global. So again, friends, go on the website, RSVP, share with your friends and family. Come be empowered. Come join us. You know, Deb, I'll let you say a few words before we talk about anything else, but I'm excited about this whole event. I'm telling you, this is not only a dream come true, but I took action.
I am too, and I'll tell you what's so interesting to me. I don't know about you guys, but I know growing up, I would look at these people who were very successful, and there was such a big gap between where I was and where they were, and I kept thinking, there's something magical about them. And it really isn't magic, is it? It really is a matter of, like you talked about, Derek, you know, failure is a part of success. We have to be willing to accept that and persist through it. Like Chris spoke about, it's about passion, right? And like I spoke about earlier about strengths and gifts and talents. But a lot of times we look at someone else's finished product and we say, oh, that's not me. And we think that that means we're less than. And that doesn't mean that at all. And the only way you're going to know is to actually rub shoulders with someone like Chris and Derek. Get in their space. Let them be influencers in your lives. Let them sow into your life, and you'll see that their finished product today wasn't always a finished product.
Boy.
But you can take that pathway, the same pathway they've taken. And I think what you'll find is this Global Career Empowerment Summit, this is probably your very first step.
You know, when I think about everything, your winning edge, your Global Summit, the leadership, what you're bringing to the table, Derek, we talk about so many things about effective networking. I think we could talk about a little bit of everything. But again, Deb put it easy said, a buffet of empowerment, a buffet of ideas, suggestions. And all it is change your thinking. You know, put that smile on your face, look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, what do I need to change? It all starts with you, because the reflection is on you. And whatever you're doing, you're getting yourself, you're preparing yourself to the next level. I can't stress it enough, for you to be empowered, to start changing things, little changes, but also start thinking about strategy. That has been the big change for me. Strategy. I know without a shadow of doubt I was going to be successful at everything. I've been number one in sales in everything that I've done. But now I had to go out and do this myself. No matter who I ran at, who I went to, it was all the same thing. So we want to just bring this program to you, as it says, the TV program, A Pathway to Success. Join us for the Global Summit, July in Hempstead, in July 24th and 25th. You go right to the website and register, www.darbyfoundation.org. Get the information, RSVP. Please join us. And again, thank you for joining us, Derek. It was a pleasure doing this first promo with you, kicking it off. Deb, pleasure having you as well. And friends, are you out there looking, you're joining us, no matter where you are, I'm telling you, you can do it. It's possible. Don't give up on your dreams. You're looking at a young man that believed. I told my mom, as she told me, she said, you can be that man. You can be that person in the magazine. You can dream that dream, and you can be that person in the magazine. Well, I'm that person, and so are you. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Join me on the pathway to success. Thank you.